everybody. I'm Coach Luke. How are we doing today?
Good. All right.
All right, I want everybody to introduce yourself. All right, so we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Preeti.
Preeti.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Lee.
Tony. And Tony. All right, without further ado, we'll get into the warm-up. So what we're about to do is called a mini singles tennis. Mini tennis singles warm-up. So what we're going to do, I want Lee to get over here, and we're going to demonstrate this for you.
Over there.
Yes. So this is going to be a 4-step warm-up progression. I want you three over here, okay, so that you can see my hands over here on my right, okay? We're going to be using half the court. So the first progression, we're going to be both on the service line with red balls, and we're going to be rallying back and forth. So I'm going to keep my strokes really simple, really short take back, and not too much follow through, okay? Just like that. Okay? Second step, we're going to have 2-minute rotations, by the way. So the second step, one person will be at the net and the other partner will be still at the service line. So for this example, I'm going to be up here. I want you guys to get a racket length and then a step away from the net, all right? So still keeping it simple. This is a cooperative drill, so we're working together. So just like this, okay? Good, okay? The third progression, we're gonna swap roles. So now if I was just at the net, I'm gonna be on the service line. And Lee over here is going to be at the net, okay? So remember, a racket length and a step away from the net. We don't wanna be too close, all right? Okay. Okay, good. So now, step number 4. Both of us are gonna be at the net now. So we're gonna do a volley to volley rally, meaning we're gonna try our best not to let this ball touch the ground. And because we're so close now, it's very important not to take a huge backswing, because if we do that, crazy things happen. We don't want that. So just keep it really simple. Keep your hands out in front of you, like watch. I barely do anything with my arms here. Perfect. Okay. So, who remembers what the first step is?
Base or service line to service line.
Perfect. All right. What about the second step?
You're at the net and she's at the service line.
All right. What about number 3? Can anyone else tell me?
I think she's closer to the net and you're at the service.
Perfect. You swap roles. And the fourth step, what's that?
You're
Both at the net.
volleying.
All right. Awesome. How long are the rotations going to be?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Awesome. Let's go. Let's partner up. Okay. So remember, I said we were going to work on transitioning and volleying. So we're going to do just that. So I want you guys to form 2 lines to start. All right. And let me throw down a cone there, just to be more specific. So I'm going to throw each of you 2 strokes. The first one is going to be an approach shot that'll land a little bit behind the service line, ideally. The second ball, I'm going to throw up in the air, and you guys have to come and volley it. So, something to note about this. This ball has no pace on it, right? So, you remember what I said earlier will help you get a bit more distance and pace on the ball, on your volley. How do we get that? Stepping into it? Yeah, I heard it, yeah. So, focusing on this while you're volleying is going to be very important, because if you start to take all these wonky swings, then we don't know where the ball is going to go. So, still focusing on, just like when we were doing the volley to volley rallies, very simple swing, but really just focusing on getting our body weight into this ball, okay? So, we'll do like one practice round. I want you to start at the cones. So the first person can start at the cones. So I want, these 2 are pretty much going to be practice because we don't know exactly what they look like yet. But I think they'll be pretty self-explanatory. Okay, ready?
Ready.
So first ball is going to be here. Second ball I'm going to throw up in the air. Perfect, okay? And I should have noted this. We're going to be hitting outside ground strokes, which means on this side, the outside ground stroke for a righty, that's a forehand. And the outside ground stroke on this side, that's going to be a backhand, okay? And every time we're done, we're going to switch lines so that we can get an equal amount of both. All right? So the approach, and then the volley. Okay? All right. The next drill we're going to be doing is called dingles. The reason it's called that is just because there's a little bit of doubles, a little bit of singles involved in this game. All right, so they're going to be, all 4 of you are going to start spread out on the baseline, and we're going to be rallying straight across, just like we have been pretty much the whole lesson. So I want to do an example round of this. So I want to have Wendy right here. You're going to be standing right here. And I want Tony to be directly across from her. And I want Lee to be directly across from me. And yes. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start by playing out 2 points straight ahead consecutively, like at the same time. So, Tony and Wendy are gonna be playing a point, and Lee and I are gonna be playing a point at the exact same time. After one of us makes an error, we're gonna call out point, and then the remaining ball will be played as a doubles point, okay? So, I want to do an example round of this so that it starts to make a little bit of sense. You're good? 2 balls for me? Thank you very much. So, we're going to try to feed at the same time to keep it fair. Here we go. And so these are points. We're not necessarily trying to be cooperative here. So, if I wanted to be mean and drop shot Lee, I'm going to do it. Here we go. So, where do we all start?
Baseline.
We all start at the baseline, all right? Now we play 2 points consecutively. What happens when one of us makes an error?
We say point and
We call out point, all right? So what happens with that remaining ball?
We played as doubles.
We play it as a big doubles point. That was a sad example there where we won both points at once. But, so what does it take to win 1 big point?
people on the same spot when the point.
Yeah, so for example, if Wendy and Tony were rallying, they kept their rally going longer, Wendy doesn't miss, but you and I are rallying, and say you make the error, and we call point. And then Wendy and I win the doubles point. That would be a point
Big
for us.
point.
Okay. All right, let's get going. So Preeti, you can be across from Lee to go rally, guys. Stay steady. Oh. Just trying to overend it a little bit. That was a fantastic point. Great rally. And that was a good idea also to come in off of that ball. Good job coming into the net. All right, so yeah, I want you to rotate 1 spot clockwise. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a challenge here.
But we're still playing same partners.
So
No, we are. Never mind.
now you're going to be playing against it, right?
Right.
So, what did I say the point of this lesson is going to be about?
Rushing the net.
Not rushing, because that implies you're kind of forcing it. But we're going to try to transition and volley. So what I'm going to do now, the feed does not count for this. So, but what we're going to do, say Preeti hits a ball in the service box during the rally. Wendy then has to hit it and then come to the net and hit a volley. So the feed again does not count. So if you feed in the service box, you're not going to want to rush the net after that.
Keep on 1 to feet of the service. Our goal is, yeah, probably see keeper, I guess.
Yeah, so the feed is supposed to be cooperative, ideally. But again, what are we going to do if at any point during the rally your opponent hits it in the service box?
Then we just stay and be a 1. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to approach the net and then hit our ball. Everybody, the game we're going to finish off with is called all positions doubles. Essentially what we're going to be doing is playing doubles point with just a bit of rotation involved in it. So, I want Wendy to start as the server here. It's okay that we haven't served yet. I'll give you some grace. You can just go until you get one in on the first one. Okay? So you're going to be the server starting here. And Preeti will be on her team. So Preeti, you're going to start up at the net just like you would if you were playing doubles with Wendy. Okay? Lee, you're going to be the returner to start. Tony, you're going to be standing around the service line as the returner's partner. Alright, so there's not much to be said about playing the doubles point. We all know how to do that. But let's do a practice rotation just to make sure everybody knows how it's done. So we're gonna rotate clockwise. So after 2 points, so Wendy's gonna serve 2 points. We're gonna rotate clockwise. So Preeti will go where Lee is, Lee will go where Tony is, and Tony will become the server. So let's do 1 practice rotation to make sure we know how it's done, okay? So everybody rotate clockwise. Okay, good stuff. And Tony will be the server now. Because I don't want to make everybody move back. So how many points are we going to play out before we rotate?
2.
2. Good stuff. All right, and first ball in for the first serve. So Tony could hit, hopefully not, but 20 serves, and that's okay. We don't count it as a double fault. I want everybody, one key point we learned that we're going to apply to our next game-like situation, or in your case, a match on Friday.
My racket out here ready.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Oh, you stole Tony's. Unfair. So yeah, keeping our hands out here, that's very
And
important.
move when the ball's coming before it gets to me.
Move proactively instead of reacting to the ball and then losing time. Yeah.
For me, I like every time I need to rotate it, when I move in, I don't need to back. To just stay and commit to it.
Yeah, keep your momentum going forward when you're transitioning. That's fantastic. There are some times when, say, a ball's going over your head where, you know, you can't just go forward, right? But in most cases, just like you found out earlier, going forward, keeping your momentum going forward is the ticket. That's really good. Okay?
Racket face up instead of down.
Okay? So we can't get away with that when we're like right here, but most of the time we're going to have a little bit of distance to cover. And this is also related to how distance changes our technique. We still want our racket face angled up, but if I wanted to hit the ball 5 feet and hit a drop volley, I'm not going to do much as far as weight transfer. But same thing, I'm going to keep my racket angled. If I want it to go deep, then my technique is going to change in the form of that step. So good. I like that. And Tony? Even though Wendy stole yours.
Keep coming forward, not being in lava land.
All right. So, yeah, you either need to be 2 feet in or 2 feet out, kind of. So either sticking to the baseline or committing to coming to the net. Good. All right, great job, everyone. That was great.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach Tony.